What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We had another wild day in the market with a bunch of volatility, both to the upside and the downside. A lot of the major stocks today did finish down, but we did see a pretty nice day out of the growth stocks like DraftKings, Alibaba, Disney, and companies like that. So overall, in this video, we're going to be going over the best plays for tomorrow and some of the most important news to know about right now. But with that being said, let us know what stocks you were watching in the comments down below, and we'll probably take a look at them in tomorrow's video. But Tom, let's get right into it.
Yeah, Mike, today was very wild. Like you pointed out with DraftKings, we ended up tanking off to the downside early in the morning, and it looked like it was going to be another bad sell-off like we saw yesterday. But we saw a huge turnaround come in the middle of the day, along with a lot of other growth stocks. Some of these metaverse plays like Matterport even had a pretty good up day as well. I even saw those China stocks like Baba and Baidu were also on fire today. They're actually doing so well on their recovery back and they're also forming some pretty good supports on the daily chart. So I would definitely eye up these Chinese stocks. I'm glad you pointed these ones out, Mike. They had a fantastic move today. But the main news that helped DraftKings today, Mike, is that apparently DraftKings is going to be able to do their mobile sports betting in New York by Saturday. And now this is a little bit of crazy news. Apparently the New York State Gaming Commission said on Thursday that 4 mobile sports gaming operators can launch as soon as Saturday. Apparently DraftKings is one of them, along with Caesars Sportsbook, FanDuel, and Rush Street Interactive. But this is great news for DraftKings. And honestly, we've needed some news like this for a long time. I hope this is finally the bottom.
Exactly. So this is huge, Tom. New York will be probably like one of the main markets for DraftKings and even FanDuel and Caesars, like you mentioned, but that's huge and it really helped the stock today and we needed it. The stock was just bleeding. Like it's been really struggling lately and this news is pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm very happy to see this type of news and I can't wait to see how their next earnings report looks. And I feel like this news is coming at a great time because, we have a lot of big football games coming up. And I know a lot of bets, especially on DraftKings and even FanDuel, are related to football. So I think this news was timed pretty well.
Yeah, it really was. We're getting into that Super Bowl type of season. The NBA is getting pretty active as well. So yeah, you're right. I feel like that the betting is gonna increase here over the next month, probably pretty substantially. So hopefully we see DraftKings get implemented pretty soon and hopefully everything goes smoothly for them. But like you said, New York is a huge state. They're probably going to add a ton of customers from that state alone. So that's going to be great. It might not be enough to get them positive on the next earnings, but hopefully we see them start to go back towards the positive mark.
Exactly. And, I'm just very excited for it. And just a lot of exciting news is coming out. So that's awesome to see. But I just want to cover the China stocks a little bit more, like Alibaba and stocks like that. They were up a good amount today. And I think this is pretty important, especially given the market conditions. Right now, we're in a market where a lot of stocks just aren't doing anything. Like a lot of stocks today just maybe closed up slightly or closed down slightly, but Alibaba and Baidu and like PDD, a lot of the China stocks have good momentum right now, and it looks like a lot of investors are kind of like flocking into them. And then we even had recent news about Charlie Munger doubling down on his position. So I definitely wanted to showcase them because there's definitely a lot of momentum with them right now.
Yeah, there was. And the way that Baba moved up this morning and broke above that high of yesterday was crazy. It looked like it was going to go on a really big run, but it ended up kind of triple topping here around $128. That's going to make for a pretty good level to break out above tomorrow. But Mike, I really love the daily setups on Baba here and even Baidu. Like Baidu has been also bouncing right on their support. They actually like triple bounce down here right around 135 and it's holding up very, very well. And we can see that today, they started to really break out. If they can break out up above some of these smaller resistances, like in Baidu's case, like up above 155, I think it can make for some great trading. And I just love this setup down here. It looks even a bit like a W type of pattern here.
For sure. So awesome stuff there. And let's get right into the momentum plays for tomorrow. With the first one, we have Corsair potentially to the downside.
Yeah, unfortunately, Corsair is down, but go ahead and make them break below $20 even. That is a huge support there.
All right, with the next one, we have Alibaba potentially to the upside.
Yeah, and I really like this play to the upside. I didn't want to say it too much a minute ago because I knew we were going to be talking about it here, but go ahead and make them break out above 128.40. And if they break, I think this one could have a big run.
There we go. And then with the next one, we have PDD also to the upside.
Yeah, make this one go ahead and break out above $54. It might move pretty similarly to Baba.
Sounds good. So we're watching PDD and Alibaba for potential day trades to the upside tomorrow, only if they break above the levels Tom listed. And we are watching Corsair potentially for a day trade to the downside tomorrow, only if it breaks below the levels Tom listed. And while we're on the topic of PDD, let's showcase this bot play from today. The bot called out the PDD 50 strike calls at $288 each, and it ran all the way up to $430 each a couple hours later. So it was a pretty nice pop. If you want to trade with the bot every single day, daily option swing trades, day trades, and access to a great community, check out the first link in the description and the comments down below. You can cancel at any time, and we have a coupon running. Of course, not every single play pops like this. Sometimes the plays lose, but on average for 2021, each bot play popped for 33.6%, and it's pretty awesome, especially for day trades. So if you want to try it out, to that first link in the description down below. But let's get right into these comments from the previous video. With the first comment, we have Power saying, great video, please cover QQQ levels for calls and puts. So Tom, what are the main levels you're seeing to the upside and the downside for QQQ?
Yeah, especially for intraday trades here. It looks like there's a pretty big resistance right around 387.50 at least today. So looking at it, if they can break out above 387.50 tomorrow, I think we could see the QQQ start to pop back up. But if we see it start to fall down below $380 even, that's going to be a huge support down there. So if we break below 380, I think we could see a pretty big move to the downside. And I'll be honest, I kind of like the way this is setting up right here with this channel. It might make for some pretty good plays tomorrow.
For sure, for sure. All right, and then we have B saying uranium's not crashing, LOL. And he said, thanks, Mike and Tom. So, yeah, URA has been all over the place lately, and a lot of the other uranium stocks and ETFs have been as well. But it's been all over the place. But overall, I would say it's trending pretty nice to the upside.
Yeah, I mean, it looks decent today. There was definitely a pretty big sell-off. It's down 5.4%. I'm kind of seeing a bit of a head and shoulders pattern here on the chart. So I hope that that doesn't end up holding up. And honestly, I've been liking uranium too, Mike. Like I've been following the stock kind of a tongue twister with 4 U's there, but I've been liking this one. And I know you had a uranium play that you really liked as well.
For sure. All right, and then we have Raymond mentioning PayPal potentially for a bear put spread. So PayPal's honestly, I wouldn't. I like PayPal for the long term, and I think like even though this might not be the bottom, I feel like you're better off just like maybe getting shares for the long term with it. Of course, it can definitely fall more, but I just think it's safer to grab some shares.
Yeah, I do too. I think it'll definitely be a safer play for the longer term. Kind of like what Mike said, it might even go flat here for the next, few months or so before we go back up. But honestly, PayPal is one of those more established companies. And in the end, it should do pretty well, kind of like how we're expecting some of these other companies to come back as well.
Exactly. So Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, options, or any news for tomorrow?
Nothing crazy as far as news, but there is some stuff coming out with jobs numbers tomorrow, Mike. This is going to be a little bit, this could definitely put some strain on the market if it comes in worse than expected. They say that the December jobs report is expected to come in strong with no impact yet from Omicron. So it is expected to be pretty good, but they're expecting 422,000 jobs. So we're going to have to see how those numbers come in. But as we've been seeing, a lot of these economic numbers have been taking a big toll on the market lately. And with the feds talking about all this stuff, if the jobs numbers come in worse than expected, they might start to taper faster or talk about raising rates sooner.
True that. So we're definitely in some interesting times right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let us know what stocks you are watching in the comments down below. We'll probably take a look at them in tomorrow's video. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching.